I'm very confused. Am I not mixed? When people in the US say mixed, they usually mean mixed race. People who believe in race sort black people in the United States and in Africa into the same group. They would say your ancestors might be from different countries or ethnic groups, but it's all the same race. And a small amount of European ancestry is usually disregarded when saying this. Being black has greater cultural weight. Such beliefs about race don't reflect biological or historical reality. Both of you are basing your entire reasoning on the idea that race classification makes sense. Like there is one correct one and the other is wrong. That's not how it works. People are juggling with plenty of different criteria, and it gets worse with concepts like mixed. You consider that you are mixed because African American and black are two different concepts in your mind, while it's the same for her. Neither of you is particularly right or wrong. Pick the classification you want. Most people, when they say mixed, they mean between two of white, black, Asian, Indian, Native American, Arab, and sometimes Latino. Most people would not consider the child of an American black person and a Haitian black person mixed. That would be like calling the child of a Russian and a German mixed. Europeans also do not broadly subscribe to the idea of ancestry. To them, you are the nationality culture of the country you were raised in. If your parents grew up in a different country and your family still follows some of the customs from there, it's acceptable to mention. But saying you are French because a distant relative you've never met happened to live there, they would see that as not relevant info. If a white person had a mom's side from Poland and a dad's side from Germany, those people would not be mixed in the traditional American sense. They would just be a white person. Mixed pretty much exclusively refers to color, so yes, in a traditional American sense you are not mixed. One of my best friend's dad is Haitian and his mom is African American, and I had never thought of this situation, so thank you for presenting a different outlook at it. But yeah, he refers to himself as black, not mixed. You could consider yourself mixed, sure, but many black people wouldn't consider you mixed because most black Americans have some European ancestry in us. Many black Americans are 15 to 25 European due to many factors. So we would see that you have a black father and a black mother and not consider you racially mixed. You would still be culturally mixed though. Americans have a different idea about race and what is mixed and how long you can claim to be French than Europeans. I said my mother is African American, she of a different African group. I have zero clue what that's supposed to mean. Is your mother an American citizen with African heritage? If yes, you are African American in parts. Sounds like you got one dropped. https://n.m.wikipedia.org wiki one drop rule. My father is African American and my mother is Haitian, Dominican, French, German, and Spanish. She corrected my saying you're not mixed, you're just of different Africans. Putting aside everything else, your friend seems to think Haiti and the Dominican Republic are in Africa, and just generally that all dark-skinned people come from Africa? That is pretty weird. I think there's a couple of misunderstandings between you and the French girl. From what she's saying, she sees your mom and dad coming from two different black groups, African American for your dad and Caribbean for your mom. So to her, since both your parents are black, you're not mixed. Even if you have some European ancestry, it's pretty common for black people descended from slave populations to have some European ancestry without necessarily being considered mixed, due to the history and how long ago those ancestors are. You seem to have more of a cultural view of mixed, which isn't necessarily wrong, but most people are going to focus on race unless someone specifies otherwise. The other thing I noticed in your comments is that you very consistently use America to refer exclusively to the USA, and that might be adding even more confusion since to a lot of people, anyone who lives in North or South America is American and lives in America. So to them, your mom could also be considered American. If you are talking about this subject again, you might want to use words that are a little more specific. You're right to be confused because she's making no sense. I'd just brush her off. I'm so racially ambiguous, I'm basically a mutlal. My father is African American and my mother is Haitian, Dominican, French, German, and Spanish. That looks mixed to me. Thank you for the responses. Most black Americans are mixed with white. If you're a black American, that means you're probably mixed. Black Americans are more genetically similar to white people than to black Africans. https. I'm very confused, am I not mixed? Not everyone defines mixed as gringos do. You are the children of two African American citizens, therefore you are African American. The whole my mom is Chinese, Arab, a Wookiee, and also part Saiyan is a hard concept to grasp for most of the world as they identify with nationality first, regardless of genetic precedence. I'm also multi-ethnic. It's exhausting trying to explain my ethnic background to people. and it's annoying when people think we're limited to whatever we look like. Yes, you are mixed. Your classmate is just ignorant on this topic, and/or in her country, they view ethnicity differently. You can either try to educate her or choose to conserve your energy for people who are more open-minded. Your choice. Don't let things like this make you feel invalidated. I think you're mixed in the sense that almost all Americans are mixed. The vast majority of us have a multitude of ancestries following us around. I'm biracial myself. My dad is of English, Irish, and Slovak descent, whereas my mom is of African, who knows which country, thanks slavery, and Cherokee descent. I look very dark and definitely take more after her side look-wise, but my siblings look more racially mixed. Either way though, we're all just mixes like most other Americans. Honestly, even most Native Americans are mixed these days. And even though I'm biracial, I think distinguishing between racial and ethnic mixing is silly too. Race is just a collection of physical traits that we humans have deemed significant for some reason. We're all just walking dice rolls of genetics. There's race, nationality, and ethnicity. Race is based on physical appearance. Nationality refers to where you were born and/or where you hold citizenship. Ethnicity refers to ancestry and/or culture. You are one race, Black, African American. In this context, the term America does not refer solely to the United States of America. The term America, in this context, refers to both North-South America and includes the Caribbean. You are one nationality American. In this context, the term American refers to the USA because it describes where you were born and/or where you hold citizenship. If your ancestors were from the places you listed and/or if those cultures have been passed down in your family, you are ethnically mixed. Those ethnicities. Many people confuse these three things. Colloquially, mixed means parents are of different races. Your folks would both be considered Black. Since your mom is part Haitian, she's Black. One drop rule: what you're experiencing is that race is a really fucking stupid category. Some people think race is a real thing that makes sense. They are wrong. Everyone is mixed.